Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jasmine. Today we are going to do an eyebrow tutorial. Yes, I've had so many people ask me to do this tutorial and I'm extremely excited to do this because I am a huge fanatic of eyebrows. I love eyebrows. Eyebrows are my life. I do my own eyebrows, as in clean them, tweeze them, all that good stuff, because I do not trust anybody with my eyebrows, literally. So if you guys want to see how I achieve this look, go ahead and keep on watching. Alright guys, so I went ahead and I zoomed in significantly just so you guys can see my eyebrows, the difference. I do my own eyebrows. I wax my own eyebrows. I tweeze my own eyebrows. I do my own eyebrows. I do not trust anybody with them. I've had very, very, very bad experiences, whether it's threading, waxing, tweezing, you name it. I have had so many bad experiences. So if I mess up, it's on me. It's not on anybody else. I will be mad at myself. I would much rather be mad at myself than anybody else. Just my personal thing. So I go ahead and I tweeze my eyebrows as frequent as I can. If not, I go ahead and I wax. When I wax, that's at least once a month, because when I wax my entire face. It takes like an hour or so to go ahead and do, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do. So this is the difference between my eyebrows. My eyebrows, I mean, they're not sparse. They're a little full. I just go ahead and I deepen the color up, I define it, and we're good to go. The brow routine that I do, it's very simple. It's not so complex. I mean, at least I don't think it's complex. Just because I only use, let me see, 1, 2, 4 products. I use eyeshadow, I use my Brow Wiz, I use concealer, and I use the eyebrow gel. Pretty much, that's all I use to achieve this look specifically. If I'm on my way to work and I don't have time to do my eyebrows, I'll just get some eyebrow gel and then I'll put it on, I'm all set. I really don't try at all when I go to work. I'm like, bare face, we're good to go. But if it's, you know, a casual day and I don't really want to do much, I'll most likely just use a tiny bit of eyeshadow and then I'll just define a little bit of the areas in my eyebrows with the pencil. But that's pretty much it. But with this look, eyeshadow, Brow Wiz, concealer, and eyebrow gel. So let's go ahead and put this into this. Let's do it. So let me show you guys the products that I use before I actually do this. That way you can get an image of the things I do. First things first, I use the Minimalist palette by Elsie to mix brown and black. That's how I get this, brown and black. I mix those two. When I get to the front, I use a little bit more brown than black, or I just use whatever's left of the brow brush and I define this area here. But brown and black is my go-to. The next thing I use is my Anastasia, my Anastasia Brow Wiz. I am shade dark brown. I used to use ebony, but that was too dark for me. So dark brown is my go-to. For concealer, you can use any concealer it is that you want. I'm just going to use the Too Faced Born This Way concealer just because it's right in front of me. Again, you can use any type of concealer in order to define the area for you. It's whatever you'd like. And then the brow gel is the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. Nothing crazy. If, you know, I know I mentioned that, you know, if you have a casual day and you just want to go and do a little something quick, they have tinted brow gels, which is actually really, really cool, because if you don't want to do anything, just grab that tinted brow gel, put it over, it tints your brows, you're all set. Takes 10 seconds. But I just use clear. You know, I like clear. Alright, now let's get to business. So I'm zoomed in pretty significant here, just so you guys can see everything that I'm gonna do. First thing is first, just combing out my brow hairs so they are nice and shaped. I usually shape it to the way that I want it. That way it's easier for me when I apply. So again, I am just grabbing these two and then I'm tapping the excess out. I apologize for the blurriness. And we're gonna apply now, if it wants to focus. Okay, we're focused now. All right, so I start around this area here with the eyeshadow, and I fill in this area. So I just follow the way my eyebrow is shaped. I'm gonna use the spoolie, and now since I don't have that much product in this, I'm going to bring it up front, in the front area, just to start blending that out. Okay, we're done there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and try and finish this area here. So gonna go back to mix these two, tap that excess, and going to fill that. Getting that spoolie, seeing if there's any spots that I missed, and I missed a little bit here. So just going back, filling that in. Now with this spot here, what I do is, instead of having it angled like this, I'm gonna angle this brush up, and then I'm gonna blend it out like that. So I go from the beginning of my brow and I push it back. Okay, so that way it blends. Now, in order for me to sharpen this up here and this down here, I'm going to still use whatever is left in here, and I'm gonna make that line. So let me see if I can zoom in a little more. And I'm just going to outline that bottom. I normally bring it out a little more. That way when I use concealer, it's a little bit easier. Just bringing that. So that's one. Now with the top, I'm gonna do the same thing. I do this ever so lightly. I don't just, you know, you don't wanna go ahead and do that. You wanna go ahead and have a light hand when you're doing this. That way it's gonna be, you won't basically have too much of a mess that you have to clean up at the end. So again, whatever it is that I have left here, that's what I'm gonna do to blend the top. So, same thing. Whatever I have left is whatever I'm gonna use. If I feel like I need more, I'll go and I'll use more, but 9 times out of 10, I don't really use more. Okay, so we're done with that. Now I'm gonna use my Brow Wiz. Now with the Brow Wiz, it's to sharpen up those areas that I missed. So if you see here, it's nice and fleeky. We're gonna do the same thing here. So I like to open up both areas of my pencil. That way it's ready to use. And now we're gonna define the area. Define the area. What I do is I just outline the edges. Like so. Again, I do this ever so lightly. I already went ahead and tried defining a little bit of this area here, so I'm going to continue on all the way down here. So again, you want to do this lightly. You don't want to go too hard. One thing I also do, if like there's like a sparse area around here, I just fill it in with a pencil. It works quite great. Okay, so have that. Sometimes when I do my eyebrows too, I lift as well. That way I stretch out my skin. That way I stretch out a little bit and I get a more defined line. And if something is too defined, you can just blend it out with the little spoolie, or you can just bring it up like so with your pencil. Ooh, I left a little dot. Let me blend that. Perfect. Okay, so same thing on top. If you need to blend the top a little bit, if you need to define the top, just you can do so with the pencil. Okay, so now that we're done with that blend process, the definition, now I'm going to sculpt this area right here. So I already grabbed some concealer and I put it on my hand, and I'm grabbing this e.l.f. concealer brush. I really like it just because it's small, it's dense, and it gets the job done. I'm just grabbing a very tiny bit and I'm going to define the bottom. I love concealing or sculpting the area just because it makes it look nice and sharp. I'm a sharp kind of gal. So after I do that, I bring this down, and then I just grab my finger and I blend that area. Let me tell you, it blends quite well. Okay, so we're done there. Now, this is when it gets a little tricky, and this is the downfall of when I do my brows basically at the end of my whole makeup thing, is that if I have to sculpt this top area, I have to be extremely careful just because I don't want a very significant white line up here. So I need to be as careful as I can for that. I don't know if I explained to you guys, but I always do my eyebrows last just because if I go ahead and I do my eyebrows before my whole makeup routine, I do foundation, I do powder, I do all this, I do all that, there's powder that gets stuck on my eyebrows, or it basically just lightens up the eyebrows again, and I have to do the eyebrows all over. So it's like doing the job twice, and I don't like doing that. I would much rather go ahead and do the eyebrows last. You know, I'll do the touches, I'll do whatever I have to do at the end, but it makes I feel like my eyebrows look more fresh that way. So with the top part, I can already tell that this part needs to be a little more full compared to this one. So let me just go ahead and fix that really quick. All right, fixed. Now to define, I don't grab more concealer, I just use whatever is left from the time that I did the bottom one. And to do the top, I'm just gonna start from the front and work my way to the end. So again, if I have to go ahead and blend that, I bring that up a little bit and I just use my finger and it helps blend it very, very well. Okay. So I believe we're done there. Last step, eyebrow gel. Go ahead. Jess. One thing I didn't tell you guys is with this area right here, when I finish the eyebrow gel to dry, I just grab the brow wiz again and then I just make some lines here to make it look fuller like on this eyebrow. So I'll give that a little bit, let it dry, and then we'll do that. Okay, so I went ahead and I filled that portion out a little bit. A lot of times after I finish doing both of my eyebrows, I take a look to see if I'm missing anything. So I'm looking over here, checking, you know, if one looks a little bit thicker, you know, if one, you know, bugs me a little more than the other one, and this one is bugging me a little more than this one. I like how this one's looking just because this one goes up a little more, so I'm just gonna fix that, and then I believe we're gonna be all done. Let me just go ahead and fix that portion. I do a lot of this. All right. All right, guys, so we are all done with the brows. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Yes, yes, yes. I love brows so much, guys. You have no idea. My obsession is on a whole other level. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and subscribe, like this video. I'm gonna be posting more content soon as well. Go ahead and also follow me on my social media pages. I'm on Instagram, I am on Snapchat. I'll be posting a lot more on there as well. If you guys have anything that you guys want me to do, go ahead and comment down below or DM me through Instagram, whatever works for you guys. But again, thank you all so much for watching. Bye.